Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we currently have some repairing to do. I'm a little concerned about our cash levels though, so we should definitely hop into the storage here and get rid of any vehicle parts that we can, and we may even want to prune out some of our mech parts. We haven't really dipped into that particular bucket yet, but for now, let's just check through here and check for vehicle parts. Not a whole lot immediately popping out to me here. Well, that's inauspicious. Okay, so that's definitely not off to a good start. Well, there's a bullfinch part. Okay. I may have missed another, but that was not great. We're definitely going to need to do something about our funding, especially given the state of this Corsair. We got this at the end of the last episode, and I'm going to be honest, it's not great. I don't like this loadout. Can this loadout get a lot better? Yes. Will it cost a lot of money? Yes. We're going to hold off on that for the time being. We simply don't have the cash right now. All we have is 4 mechs, and, I mean, that's not really enough to deploy, so we really need to deal with our financial issue. And actually, I kind of feel like stopping work on our Centurion J, and for now, let's just send this guy to storage. Badly damaged. Yeah, the structure damage would have to be repaired. It'll take 1 day. Well, sure. We'll just repair the structure there and call that good. And, oh, there's this galleon part that I completely missed before. I mean, it's only 7,500 C-bills. There's probably a few more that I didn't even see, but I'm not going to go through looking for vehicle parts again. What we're going to do is we're going to start down at the bottom, and we're just going to get rid of some of these that we're never, ever going to use. I mean, a lot of these are not going to get us very much, but let's be honest, when are we going to ever use these parts? Ooh, these Owens parts are pretty decent. I like it. Now, I'm not going to get rid of all of our potential light mech parts. Or am I? For now, I am. And I know that we're trending heavier, and that's going to preclude us from some things a little bit later on. But in theory, we'll be okay, I hope. We're going to get rid of these medium parts as well. We're not going to get rid of our Urban Mech Land Air Mech. That's just too good of a meme. We're going to keep it around. Okay, so how many other parts are we going to get rid of here? I don't want to get rid of too many. Maybe these stealth parts. Yeah, that'll do fine. And that actually gets us into a position where we're not going to go negative. Let's get rid of the cicada parts too, just to get us a little bit more padding. And let's see how this goes. We're going to tick forward 1 day. Here's our financial report.
Ready to go over financials whenever you are.
I'm sure you are. Now, I believe that our Halloween flashpoint may be done here. That may have acted kind of as our introduction to the zombies mechanic, because if you go into the command center here, I do see that there are many of these missions that are warning zombies. And we can handle those now that we know what we're doing with them. But we definitely need to get some of these repairs done, and it's going to take a while. We don't have much for funding. How many mechs do we need? Well, we need at least 4. So we're going to have to take forward a while. Not probably the full 20 days. The Gamma Pod upgrade is finishing up, and scan the moon from orbit, huh? We'll do it. We gained 1,000 C-bills. Okay. Well, we offset the cost of acquiring the scans, so that's good. The Gamma Pod finishes up.
Hey, boss. We've just completed those
And
upgrades.
let's continue ticking forward a little bit longer here. That's the Battle Master finishing up. At this point, we need to deploy. There's no real way around it. What do we got available? Let's hop into the mech bay here. Oh, we've got plenty available. Especially if we include the Corsair. Now, the Corsair in its stock loadout will be underwhelming. There's no doubt about that. I'd like to avoid using the Corsair for now, but let's hop into the command center and see what we've got available. We're looking for maximum pay right now. This one is an interesting option. It's got those sweet, sweet zombies. However, we should... Oh, this is a free priority salvage here. It's not a free priority salvage going the other way, but this is the most efficient way to sit here. Excellent. 1.6 mil should be good. We're not going to run the Centurion if we can help it. Lance 2 is completely fine, as is. Lance 1, we're going to be bringing the Awesome, the Battle Master, and we're going to need to drop these 2 mech warriors for right now. The question is, do we bring that Centurion? I think the answer is no. Or do we bring the Corsair? We have to bring the Corsair here, unfortunately. That'll be okay. Not the greatest, but let's go ahead and put in Rain into the Battle Master, Paladin into the Awesome, and of course nobody is going to have Corsair affinities. Is there anyone who can get Corsair affinities? Not currently. Okay, we'll just bring Muffin Top for now. Now, we know that these are zombies. Good old zombie mechs. So we're going to play this much, much differently, and we're going to have access to 8 mechs instead of 4 mechs, which is going to be a big deal. Like, this is going to be remarkably easier. So let's get this going here. We may have some issues with repairs. If so, then we're going to need to incapacitate pilots, as we did before. But honestly, I think bringing our big boys along, we're probably going to be able to straight up one-shot some of these mechs. We know that that's a possibility. We did it in the previous mission, but we don't exactly know how it worked. We know that it happened. We don't know why. We should figure that dealing with the zombies via incapacitating the pilots is going to be the best way forward. But we need to destroy the invading Lance. We've detected an inbound dropship belonging to Comstar, of all things. Our local defense forces in the expected drop area are ill-equipped to handle a Lance of mechs, but with your aid, we can ensure that the raid does minimal damage. We'd like you to intercept the Comstar Lance and destroy it. Warning, zombies. Commander Comstar wouldn't send a dropship if they didn't mean business, so if we take this job, we should stay alert down there. Indeed, we should. Absolutely.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, landed somewhere in this area. We have allies. Okay. Interesting. And we're just going to drop up over here. Okay.
Well, this place reminds me of my first wife.
That's nice.
Look at this place.
That's a Thunderbolt.
Cleaning the dust from my actuators.
That's a Hunchy of
Try not
a
to fall
missile
down.
variety.
Don't want sand and dust clogging your joints.
Hilarious. Okay. We really don't care about that.
Waiting for orders.
Okay. So at this point, we can move up, and these guys, some of them have moved anyway. Specifically, this guy has moved. And so let's move up with our Awesome.
Moving
The
to
question
position.
is, how zombified are these guys? We'll take a quick pot shot here, although we're mostly trying to figure out... I'm assuming all of them are zombies, but we don't see any reinforcements. So really what we need to be working on doing here is building up stability damage on this Hunchback. That's what really needs to be happening here. Light him up. That was not great. It's round 1, though. What do you expect? We should outnumber them, honestly, roughly 3-1 with the allies that we've got. They may have reinforcements that are coming in. There's a Highlander up here. Well, that was rude.
Taking some heavy damage.
Okay, so that Thunderbolt is a bit of a missile boat there. We're going to move up with our Battle Master, and I want to position it over here.
Hightailing it.
Let's check hit odds. Okay. Well, Warlord, and fire what we can over at this Hunchy. We're going to fire the UAC-20 in X1 mode. I don't want to risk it jamming here.
Giving them everything I've got.
Okay. Got some damage in there. More importantly, we got that stability worked up a little bit.
Yes, boss.
The Hector is going to continue to step forward over here. 40% sounds good. Will Warlord. Boost that up a little bit. Tag first. Okay, got some internal damage there. Structure exposure. The Orion is going to sprint up as well. I'm looking for unobstructed LOS, but I'm not seeing any. So we'll go here. We'll Warlord it. It's not going to be great, but we'll Warlord it.
Taking the shot.
Fascinating.
Critical hit, Commander.
So he lost his evasive there. The Centurion moves up, drops missiles on him, gets a couple of hits. That's good. Builds up the instability. More shots on the Awesome, not really doing too much there.
Showing minor damage.
Our AMS not getting good rolls though. Our ally, the Assassin, moves up, but does a whole lot of nothing. The Highlander moves this round.
Aye, aye.
Our Black Knight is going to sprint up over here.
Confirmed.
And we do have Warlord. We're going to utilize that right now. And we're going to fire on this guy. Now, I am expecting him to get an emergency repair here. We'll see how this goes.
Mech destroyed.
Interesting. I was definitely expecting an emergency repair there. Our Corsair is going to be a bit underwhelming, I feel like. I mean, it's got the dual AC5, I suppose, but our hit odds are very bad, and we're just going to step forward and brace for round 2. So, I mean, this is a standard Comstar Lance with 6. Gauss Rifle hitting the Black Knight there.
Barely hit, Commander.
Sounds good.
Ready to rock.
Okay, the Salamander is going to... Right where it's at, it has direct LOS. It can pop over here. I'd like to get out of the mineral field, though, and have direct unobstructed LOS on it. Unfortunately, that's not an option. We're just going to stay put. And we're going to launch the Arrow 4s in standard indirect. We're hoping to get an unsteady on him. That was pretty close. The Hunter moves up, fires on that T-bolt. That looks like perhaps a mine dispersal there, or dispersion there. The Carrier is also going to fire on the T-bolt. A little bit of damage in there.
I await your command.
Our Boar's Head is going to step up over to here.
Onward.
And we're not going to bother building up all this heat. We're just going to fire an indirect sniper artillery on him.
Target acquired.
Fantastic. That was a direct hit. He lost his evasive. When does he move? Immediately. That's unfortunate. I was hoping he'd be delayed a little bit. We do see a Night Star and a Linesman back there. He's firing on the Carrier. I love it. Please proceed.
Waiting for
The
orders.
Battle Master is going to advance. And unfortunately, that Thunderbolt did use up all of that instability we built up. Okay. Well, we can go ahead and fire on him again. Hit odds aren't the best, but let's see. Structure exposure there.
That hit something good.
Okay. What else do they have? That Cyclops is going to fire on our Carrier. I love it.
Ready for orders.
The Awesome, at this point, steps forward.
Affirmative.
It does gain heat from that fire, which is sad, but it's okay for now. I think we even fire the Rocket 20. I want to see if this guy has zombie. Because the last one didn't seem to emergency repair. The Thunderbolt is now unstable,
Critical hit, Commander. Starting
and that's nice. We didn't do anything that should have triggered emergency repair, though. The Highlander is going to fire that Gauss rifle. We don't care about that. It can do that all at once.
Commander.
The Hector is going to advance. I would like to advance. Actually, over here is fine. Can we get there without sprinting? No, we would have to sprint. Okay. Well, let's see what we get here. This will be a slight overheat. I'll accept it for purposes of science. That's a knockdown.
Pretty damn hot.
That's a pilot injury. We still have not managed... These are stuck at 1 HP. I wonder if we simply can't destroy those parts.
What's up, boss?
Maybe that's what they mean by zombie, but if so, then that works differently than the flashpoint mechanic. Which is slightly strange, but we're going to move forward with our Orion and test this theory. Now, this is a lot of heat. No doubt about that. We're going to do something along the lines of this. Fascinating.
That hit something good.
So this is definitely a
My
different
heat
mechanic.
Can't vent fast enough. I'm taking damage.
Well, is it though? These aren't at 1 HP. Hang on.
Yup.
Well, it should be a different mechanic. Based on what we're seeing here.
Affirmative, Commander.
So, these guys are clustered. I'm going to fire at the Cyclops. Yeah, we're going to overheat slightly. That's okay.
Copy that.
Not great shots there, but we did get some good armor strip off of that Cyclops. The Assassin moves up, doesn't do anything of
Awaiting
note.
orders.
The Black Knight is going to move in, and
Orders
this
confirmed.
will likely be a kill on this Thunderbolt. Unless it has emergency repair, which I'm beginning to believe it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Emergency repair is commencing. But we also got an engine destruction, so...
Target eliminated.
Okay. I think that was just a lucky crit there.
I'm here.
The Corsair is going to move forward to... It's not great, but we're going to move forward to this position. And I think we'll fire on this Cyclops, most likely. 40% on that Highlander. Actually, the Highlander is the better target, but we're probably going to stray shot right here. And I'm just going to sink heat, I think. We'll close in on them a bit. Our friend the Centurion moves in, doesn't really do too much to that Highlander. But now we know that there are indeed emergency repairs on these, so it is the same mechanic. We've just had some questionable damage amounts, I guess? Ooh, that was a good shot right there. I liked that. That was really solid. So at any rate, we do know how to deal with this at this point. But these are assault mechs rather than the lights that they were before. It's fine. We can deal with it. So the Boar's Head is going to sprint forward over to here. It doesn't have LOS on anything, but that's fine. These guys are all clustered together. We're going to fire on this Night Star with our sniper artillery.
Firing.
A great hit there. Which, by the way, artillery, that is something we didn't have last time. The Battlemaster is going to sneak on forward here, and I would like to position here.
I copy.
48.7 on that Highlander. Okay. Do it.
Whatever you say, boss.
Not the greatest in terms of stability, but that was always going to be the case. Base 20, they're going to move the Cyclops. Firing on the carrier. I love it. Keep doing that, please. Absolutely wonderful.
Standing by.
The Hector is just going to stay put, I think. I mean, we're going to have some heat issues here. No, I don't want to use first aid. We're going to have some heat issues here, for sure. We're going to need to not fire this ERPPC. But otherwise, light him up. That will be some solid instability there. Yeah, he's unsteady.
Commander.
That's perfect. The Orion will step into here.
Roger that.
It does gain some heat from the fire. And because of that, we can only fire the single PPC, but go ahead and do it.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm taking heat damage.
Our friend the Centurion moves up, fires on that same Highlander. Gets a little damage in there. We're okay with it. It builds up some instability. The Highlander is going to move relatively soon, though. The linesman moves in. I'm actually shocked that carrier is alive. Okay.
Commander?
We'll happily take that. The Awesome is going to move up over here.
Got it,
Once
Commander.
again, we've got some heat issues going on here. We're just going to not fire this heavy PPC. And do we fire the eye rocket? I feel like we don't.
Taking the shot.
Okay. The Assassin closes in. Also fires on that Highlander. Doesn't hit anything there. All it has is a single medium laser, so it wouldn't have done all that much, but that's okay.
Yes, Commander.
Black Knight is going to continue to close in over this way. I want the second
we
evasive
go.
pip. And we're going to hit this Highlander. This is going to hit fairly hard, actually. Maybe even get some emergency repairs going here. Ooh!
Reporting critical hit.
That was pretty spicy. Also, that was a Gauss ammo explosion. That's not how Gauss ammo works.
Skipper?
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, the Salamander is just going to fire at this linesman, and our heat is, of course, an issue, as it tends to be here in the desert. So we're just going to fire the single round of artillery, and that was once again a pretty terrible shot, in all honesty. But at least the Highlander was knocked down. Okay. Well, we just need to get additional crits in there. The Night Star moves up, fires on that carrier. That was a pretty abysmal shot by them. I like it. Okay. Carrier moves up, fires on the Highlander. Get some solid damage in there.
Orders?
Okay, the Boar's Head is going to move up over here. We're still in
Going.
artillery mode here. We're going to drop artillery on this Night Star, and hopefully we get a good hit here. It was okay. Not the greatest hit I've ever seen, but it'll do.
No.
The Corsair is going to sprint up over this direction, I feel like. Yeah. It's not the greatest for attacking these guys, but then again, the Corsair is questionable in its loadout anyway. We'll go ahead and Warlord it to boost these odds, and we'll fire on this Linesman, but I don't expect much here.
If you say so.
Yeah. Literally nothing. I was hoping for at least one thing hitting there, but no such luck. The Highlander gets up, and let's see what it does here. I don't care. That's fine.
Minimal damage on that hit.
We're getting really bad AMS rolls, can I just say. So that Highlander is very close to... Yeah, it's down to 1 HP in those locations as well.
Orders?
I guess that's how that mechanic
Aye,
works to some degree. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and fire on this Highlander and see if we can trigger it. Yeah, I mean, I would prefer... This is side arc in its weak side. I would actually prefer not to do that, I think. We have the same exact hit odds on this Linesman. So I think the Linesman is the way to go here.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Okay, we'll shred down a little armor there.
I'm ready.
And the Awesome will come forward over here. For the same reasons, I think that we should be targeting the Linesman with the Awesome as well. Actually, the Cyclops is the better target here. Do it.
Locking on.
It's a lot of internal damage there. The Cyclops is unsteady.
Reporting critical hit.
It does move in phase 18, so we need to keep that in mind. The Assassin moves forward, fires on that Highlander, and I guess that's okay. Yeah, it had 1 HP there, and it definitely did not destroy that segment. We may have to exceed it in a certain amount of damage. We can try with the Hector here and see if we just have to put certain damage in there for it to get an emergency repair. This is more of a for science.
Locked on.
Reporting. Critical hit. Watch my heat levels.
Interesting. So it's just damage transferring into the center. The linesman fires on the carrier. We kind of expect a kill there, right? But the carrier is still alive somehow. I'm okay with it. Yeah, that definitely damage transferred into the center. Fascinating. The Night Star shooting at the assassin, missing almost everything there. I like it. I like it a lot. So the Salamander is going to move up over here, and we're going to drop artillery on the linesman.
I'm on him.
Let's see what we get. Not great shot there. In fact, that was an abysmal shot. This one was okay. AMS is now unjammed. Phase 18, so it can move the Cyclops. And that's exactly what it does. And fires on the carrier, which is still alive through some miracle. I can't explain it, but
Good to
okay.
go.
Maybe it's a zombie too. Hang on, is it? No, it's not. Okay.
Ready for orders.
Well, the Orion will move up over here. That fire is still being a jerk. So we'll just do something along the lines of this.
Aye, aye.
We missed all three of those on 83%. That's
Negative
unlucky.
damage.
That's very
Negative
unlucky.
damage. I'm
Okay,
here.
so the Corsair will move up, and we're going to fire on... We don't have much good here. We're just going to not fire the PPC and a medium laser to sink a little heat. Actually, the large laser. There we go.
Alright.
Oh, we actually got some damage in there. We'll take that. Phase 17, an ally moves. That's the Centurion. Fires on the Cyclops. Gets some good internal damage there. A lot of solid crits.
Commander,
The Black Knight at this point is stepping forward, and we're going to look to eliminate this Highlander. I expect this to be either a kill or an emergency repair, and honestly, I'm not sure which.
affirmative. That's gonna hurt.
So it's an emergency repair, but that was a lot of crits in there.
Over the red line.
Okay, the Highlander is down to 1 HP in terms of its pilot. And that is our saving grace here. We're going to move up with the Boar's Head. I'm not going to fire the artillery this time. We are just looking for a bunch of rolls here. And the rolls that we're looking for are on the head of this Highlander.
Affirmative.
I don't think we got a head hit there, but that's fine. The Hunter is also going for the Highlander. Okay. The Highlander moves later this round. I don't like going for the linesman here. You should have gone for the Highlander, sir. Okay. Highlander gets up. So it did get the emergency repair there. That mostly hit CT. Okay, that's fine. He's panicked and evasive right now.
Let's do
Sure.
this.
So the Hector is just going to sprint forward and sink heat since it's over the red line. And there we go.
What's up, boss?
The Battle Master is going to step forward here. Honestly, I feel like the Highlander is still the way to go here. Warlord it. Light him up.
All weapons are go.
Okay,
This heat is
we got some
frostbite
damage
circle.
in there, but not as much as I was
Moving
hoping
out.
for, in all honesty. We'll fire on this Highlander, but we have to avoid one of our medium pulse lasers, and so we shall. Okay, 2 medium lasers destroyed, and the Highlander's unsteady.
Getting a little toasty, Commander.
We've shredded a lot of armor off of
Standing
this
by.
flank. Okay. Let's finish this
Moving
guy.
to position.
Target acquired. Solid connection on that one.
Okay.
Heat is cooking my internal
So it
structure.
seems to be that these sit at 1 HP, and damage then transfers according to normal damage transfer rules, and emergency repairs commence when you destroy the CT. That seems to be the way that it works. That said, we were definitely able to do torso destructions before to pile on the wounds, so that's interesting. The linesman moves up, fires on the carrier. The carrier is dead. We're not surprised by this. This is very standard at this point. Like, that should have happened a long time ago. And we're going to fire on the Cyclops here with an arrow 4.
Engaging target.
Okay, we'll take that hit. That was a pretty good one.
Inflicted some nasty on that son of a bitch.
So this guy's now unsteady. This Highlander is extremely close to being knocked down. Maybe it was just ammo explosions that we were getting before for the pilot injuries. But that definitely seems to be the way to go, is go for the pilot injuries.
Waiting for
So the Orion is going to step forward over here. We can shred a little bit of armor off of this linesman, but realistically, we don't want to build up too much heat, so we're going to do something maybe a bit more like this.
Target confirmed.
Okay, that's nice.
This heat is cooking my internal structure.
Phase 18, that is the Night Star. Those are three abysmal shots. I like it. Phase 17. Centurion moves up, fires on the Cyclops. Okay. This is fine. Phase 15. Hunter moves up, fires on the Highlander. I like that. Good damage transfer. Is that a knockdown? If so, that's an incapacitation. Not quite a knockdown, but incredibly close. To the point where I want to get the Corsair somewhere where it can fire on this guy. The damage honestly doesn't matter. All we're looking for is a hit to knock him down. Excellent.
Maybe things are looking up.
So that'll be the Highlander incapacitated unless he has 4 HP, but I don't believe he does. Correct.
I'm melting in here.
Excellent. The Boar's Head is going to move up over here.
Rolling.
It's going to fire on the linesman. We're going to fire direct fire sniper artillery. We're not going to fire the ER mediums or the medium lasers. Everything else, go for it.
Taking the shot.
Nice. Ammo explosion into emergency repairs on the linesman. Double knockdown. That was actually fantastic. They're both phase 1 movers now, and they both have 2 wounds. I like it. I like it a lot. So the Battle Master is going to step forward here. The obvious move is to fire on one of these with the UAC-20. And we're going to go for the linesman here. And we're going to fire like that. I think we don't fire the X-Pulse for heat. Even that generates heat. We'll just not fire the UAC, I guess. I don't really love it. We missed the X-Pulse. I'm actually shocked. Okay, well, the Black Knight is in a fantastic position to do something like this. Structure exposure there. I was hoping for a head hit, but it doesn't really matter outside of head hits where we hit. Our Awesome is going to move up. We're going to do the same exact thing, although we're not going to fire one heavy PPC for heat purposes. Okay. Was hoping for some decent crits there, but no such luck so far. The Hector can move out over here. This will be through fire. And we'll just fire on this linesman yet again. Okay. The Orion can close in. Still on the linesman, I think. Yeah, do it. Just go CT. Emergency repair? Nope, no emergency repair. Well, the Salamander is in a fantastic position right now to drop our last 2 splash damage arrow 4s on the Linesman. Do it. That was an engine core, or an emergency repair commencing on the Linesman. Sadly, we did hit that assassin a little bit, but all good. Centurion moves up, fires on that Linesman. Really, I feel like I should have been focusing on the Night Star. Knock it down as well. And then go for additional knockdowns next round after these guys get up. I'm feeling like that might have been a better play. If that's the case, the Corsair moves like here. We do have heat from the fire, but we can avoid firing the PPC and the large laser. This thing has terrible heat management. Absolutely abysmal. Wow. Okay. Well, there's a hit into the Night Star. The Hunter moves up, fires on that Linesman. Doesn't get much done there. The Boar's Head is going to advance, and we're honestly going to go for the Night Star here. Light him up. Get that instability built up for next round. Okay, the Linesman gets up. Now, he has taken some pretty major internal beating at this point. His threat level is greatly reduced. And, okay, he's actually just dead. He falls over. Perfect. Cyclops gets up. Let's see what he does. I don't expect him to fall over. I don't think we did any real gyro damage there. But he also only has the 1 pilot HP left. Yeah, he fires on the assassin, but misses everything there. We'll take it. And round 7. Phase 24. So these guys move in phase 16, both of them. The assassin is going to fire at the Cyclops. Rear arc. Sure. Seems fine, but you're in a dangerous position there, sir. We don't care, though. We're going to move up with our Orion.
Heading out.
The Orion is probably going to go for the Cyclops here. I'm just thinking about heat levels and how much we can do in terms of instability. I think this is the way to go here. So we go ahead and Warlord and fire on the Cyclops.
Copy that.
Pilot incapacitation. We got a head hit there. I love it. That was really good. So the Battle Master can now head... I was hoping that we would be able to get a direct LOS over here. We can't. So I think we're just going to pop over here, not fire the UAC-20, and not fire the X-Pulse, and sink a bunch of heat. Our hit odds were low, but we did manage to get 1 laser in there. Not quite enough to make him unsteady, but it was close. Go up here with the Hector so that we aren't likely to stray shot these guys, or we're less likely to stray shot them anyway. Ooh, that was nice. AC-10 ammo explosion means a pilot injury, and that's a knockdown. This is emergency repairs commencing, so the Night Star would be dead if it wasn't for the zombie mode. But, there we go. So this guy now has 1 health remaining. So we're going to go ahead and... Can we get into a direct LOS over here? We actually can. The Salamander pops over here. Why are we so low? This guy's knocked down. Height diff, obstructed, into mineral field, refire, moved self, weapon accuracy, no sensors. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. You know what? Let's just sink heat. Okay. The Awesome is going to move forward.
On my way.
And honestly, we just need head hits. We need to roll out those head hits. We have a 4% chance. Let's see what we get.
Target confirmed.
Okay.
I'm out of SRM.
That's fine. We just need a bunch of rolls right now. There's a bunch of rolls, but not the rolls we need.
Standing by.
The Black Knight, however, can give us a bunch of rolls. Sadly, its Gauss rifle is out of ammo, but we can roll those head hits. There we go. That's what we needed.
Smoked one.
Well, they're definitely tougher to kill in the zombie mode, but I think I'm working my way through figuring this out.
Successful.
That felt much, much more controllable now that I knew something of what to expect. And I think I've worked out how exactly they determine when that happens. And the reason that took me so long to work out how exactly that mechanic works is because they were all light mechs before. And we couldn't really look at the damage transfer because our weapons were doing too much damage, honestly, to really figure out how that damage transfer worked. So that's fine. I mean, do we want any of these mech parts? We'll just take a Cyclops part, and from there, call it good. The ammo LRM needs to go away. SRM4 can go away as well. Okay, we also got a linesman part, so I will call that solid. I mean, we didn't take all that much damage, so it should be reasonably good in terms of cash, which was, after all, why we did that. It is well past time to put a cut in here, though, so as soon as we know how much our repairs are going to cost, which shouldn't be too high, I will go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's see what those repairs are going to cost. Yang, what do you have for us here? Oh, we got a bonus cache for that. This rotting cache contains at least one zombie. Oh, an infected Myomer bundle. Nice. Okay. 40k. Sounds good. And as I said before, I will see you all next time.